Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Real Estate Hub podcast. Today we have somebody special with us. We're going to talk about a subject that we haven't talked before. We're going to focus on how fitness can impact a real estate agent's life as a whole, but also how it can actually help sell homes. So today we have Brigitte Dompierre from Paul Rushford Real Estate. We're very happy to have her on board. Salut, Brigitte.
Salut.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
I know, and it's a little odd that we're both French people conversing in English, where
100%.
we're used to just speaking French to each other. So
Like a minute and a half ago, we were having a French conversation.
Exactly.
It's odd to switch. I agree, and almost all of the people that I've had on the podcast are French, so I'm starting to get used to it. But it's not an automatic.
Right.
And I feel like the first 5-10 minutes, I'm looking for my words more, and then by the end, I made the switch completely. Yeah.
Right. You know, it's funny because as a French Canadian, I find oftentimes I'll think in French and then I have to translate in my head to English to actually get the thoughts out of my mouth. So
Yeah, and that's the hard part.
Right.
That's when you become a bit slower.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little delay between the thoughts, and it's more of a translation word instead of using the right English word that you should. And yeah, but hey, it happens. All right, so I reached out to you because I know that you're obviously successful real estate agent, but also you're deep into fitness, right? Like when we met years ago, you were already into it, and I know that you still are. So I'm curious. As a real estate agent, we know, we're into, we do conferences. Most of us, we study yourself, personal development. It's kind of it's almost put into us that you have to do it. But a part of that is always fitness and health, right? But I personally always find it hard. It's up and down. It gets busy. You stop working out. But I know that you put it into your schedule. You've worked hard on that. So how can you, big question off the top, but how can you manage both and be consistent? I guess consistency is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. And I'll be truthful. I myself am up and down. So I'm not perfect per se, but I do thrive to be as disciplined as I can. It's important. It's part of longevity. It's part of productivity. It's part of basically what makes you successful, in my opinion, as a realtor. So, we can discuss about various concepts and areas in your life, which if you apply health and fitness, it makes you a better person in XYZ, right?
Right.
So we can dive deeper into that. But it's always been a part of my lifestyle. Health is very important to me. And so I put it in my calendar, and it's non-negotiable.
Right. And it's the only way to do it. The time that I'm consistent, that's what I do, right? But then there's always an important appointment that you can't miss, and then you take it out, and then the habit is gone, right? So
Yes.
it's tough. And I tried the mornings. Mornings, I guess, is the only time that I'm really consistent. But right now, I'm training for High Rocks.
Oh, yes. Right.
And High Rocks are high intensity workouts, but at 6 a.m. to start big hit pushing metal is, don't want it, you don't feel it as much. Going for a run, I'm good. But,
Yeah.
So I'm currently struggling because of that. I don't know where to put that workout in. And it's, I guess you don't have a choice but to do it, because I registered for the race. I paid for it.
Exactly.
It's gone. And
Right.
Do you know a bit about High Rocks?
Yes, I do.
So
yeah.
I'm doing doubles with my brother.
Okay.
And I don't want to be the weak link.
No, exactly.
That would suck.
You're accountable to him, right? So
Yeah.
you can't fail. And I think that one thing that you have to determine is some people are more inclined to train in the morning. Some people have more energy in the afternoon. Some people it's evenings. I find that if I front load my day and I put it at the front of my day, then if I get really, really busy, and at the end of the day, because we work 7 days a week, and sometimes we're negotiating till midnight. So if I end my day really late, I know that I'm okay. I did it early this morning. I kind of got it out of the way.
But
So,
it's also the worst part for me. There's that, but also the unknown.
right.
You're good to go. I'll be at my workout for 3. However, boom, get an offer right before.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
think a lot of people don't understand that about our profession. So I'll often have, people around me that say like, like if I were you and I got a call from a client, I would just not take the call. And it's like, we're in a customer service industry. We have to respond within, an acceptable timeline. I'm not saying you always have to be on your phone. Like right now, we're not on our phones. We could, potentially
calls,
have, we could potentially have clients coming in, but if you're within a certain time, then you're safe. I would just say that if you prioritize your health, you are going to improve your mental clarity, and in turn, then you will be more confident, more present in your job. And I think it also reflects in the way that you are with clients. If you show up at a client's house and they see that you take care of yourself, I think subconsciously it shows them that you're going to take care of them in return, right?
Yeah.
So you are a person that's disciplined, consistent. You are going to diligently take care of them in the same way that you take care of yourself. So I think that in a whole, that helps a lot. Also, if you want to think about the type of industry that we're in, so networking is very important. Community work is very important. So if you are, and I'm not saying you have to be like a top athlete, but even just, for example, going to play golf or participating in a pool tournament or doing a yoga class. So you get to interact with people, you meet new people, you network, right? And it's all about referral. So also being in that atmosphere, you meet like-minded people, and in turn, you talk about business. Like people will always ask you, how's the real estate market right now, right?
Yes,
And it's always in a casual environment. So what a better way to do it in an environment where you're part of a group, like you're in the running, the running room group. I'm not affiliated with them, but you're just with, a bunch of different people. Some of them are teachers, some of them work at the government. And then that's how you develop relationships.
And these groups too, like when you're in, especially I think the health crowd, when you're in those groups, you kind of, you feel obligated to help. Right? Like you like each other. You want the other person to succeed. It's like behind your head, like subconsciously, you want your group that you're part of to have success. It also validates you.
Yes.
So these people are inclined to help. They're inclined to talk. And the question that they always ask, like you said, like how's the real estate market? You don't have to talk about real estate. They will. Everybody deals with real estate. Whether they buy, they rent. Everybody has skin in the game in what you do. So it's as long as you have your, I don't know, speech, but you know what you're saying.
Right.
Once they ask that same question every time.
Yeah, it's your opener.
It's your opener. They do it for you.
Yeah.
Right. And if they don't, randomly they don't, because if they don't know you're in real estate, I just ask, hey, what do you do?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'll ask you this, Cedrick. Sorry to interrupt, but I'll ask you this. I'll say, is it more likely for a client to become a friend or a friend to become your client?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, which one do you want to?
Well,
right?
yeah, exactly. But I would say that, at least in my experience, I would say clients are more inclined to become my friends. And, we always say, the last people, actually, when I started real estate, one of my friends who had been in real estate for over 20 years had said to me, know that in the first 5 years of real estate, your family and close friends, and I'm generalizing, but this is what she said to me. She said, will be the least likely to use you as a realtor. And she said, it comes really after 5 years in your experience in the business. She said, strangers will have more trust in you as a realtor than your close ones, right? So it is true that clients eventually become your friends. And I think that when you engage in activities such as whatever it can be, right? That's why you nurture relationships, and then those people become your clients.
It becomes easier. It becomes fun.
Yes.
Right? Like, I don't think there's anything more fun than show up on closing day. Right? And these people appreciate.
Yeah.
And they're happy. And
Yeah.
like I've had some clients that sometimes you just connect. You're the same. You're
Yep.
into fitness. Have families with kids the same age. Like
Right.
it goes on organically. And like I've been invited to so many things afterwards.
Yeah.
Right. I've been lucky though at the start that I have a big sphere from multiple groups, and many of them supported me from day one.
Okay.
I like my first 5 deals with the first 5 months, even though I was with a big team, they were my sphere.
Okay.
Right away.
Okay.
Like I
so
got
perhaps
very lucky.
you're the exception to the rule.
Well,
I don't know. I could be, but I specifically remember her telling me that, and I did notice it at the
But
beginning.
it's true because all the agents like that are with me or have been with me, it was the exact same thing.
Okay.
Right. And I have the Sylvain, one of our agents. He's I guess he's a friend of mine.
Right.
We have this, like a lot of the same sphere.
Yeah.
And it took even like I could see the first year, it's just it takes longer.
Right.
It takes longer. The leads that we were giving to him, like were like this.
Yes.
He was good, right? So it
Yeah.
went very quickly. But to get the referrals in right away,
Yeah.
and also it depends if you're on a team. So I realized if you're on a team, you get less the feel because if you're new, you get on a team and you're trying to show that you have support,
Yes.
right? Because you can trust me with your business. But at the same time, since they know you're being taken care of, there's not the same urgency for them to help you. And as soon as I went on my own, my referrals, like, I don't have an exact stat, but they doubled, tripled, maybe quadrupled that same year because now everybody wanted to help me, right? So
Because it was your name, your
well, and they knew I was completely on my own. They
Right.
knew it was up to me.
Right.
Right. And there's a factor that I worked on it more. Let's just not kid ourselves. Like I worked
Okay.
more on my database,
Okay.
but
And
not,
you
not to the
also-
factor of time that many more.
Right. And you also had accumulated a lot of experience, and they saw
Mm-hmm.
that you were successful in what you did and whatnot. But and I would say also at least for me, working out and being conscious of my nutrition, one, I feel better, right? So I'm not lethargic in the afternoon, or so I'm able to be more productive in my day. It actually gives me a clear mind in the sense that if I have things blocked off, then I am able to be more productive, essentially. But it also helps with stress management, right? So let's say you're doing negotiations, it's not going well and whatnot, and then the next morning you hit a really good workout. Let me tell you, you're going to be so refreshed after. So I think that like, there's no better way to just reset yourself than by doing a really good workout. Like
100%.
sweating it out and
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get out there because it's a victory, right? So once let's just say you have a bad day, we have some in real estate, a lot of them, right? Like stuff
Yes.
happens sometimes out of your control and
Right.
you feel down on yourself, blah, blah, blah. But then you have that workout that you really pushed yourself and you're proud of it. So you have all your endorphins after the workout, but also you feel proud of yourself. Like you accomplished something today, and it can reset your whole day.
And also what I think it does is it helps with preventing burnout, basically, because you're so used to grinding, you're so used to, setting goals and working towards them. So, in real estate, it's up and down. So we can have really, really busy seasons and then it quiets down, right? So overall, if you have a really, really busy period of your life where it's morning till, like dusk till dawn, basically, and you're doing open houses, you're, calling leads, you're visiting customers, you're negotiating offers, I think that if you're used to the grind, you're actually better equipped at having those long days and really performing well. So, and it's all about performing at high level, right?
Yeah, and that's the issue too. Like the long days, like you mentioned, how do you keep at a high level throughout the day? If you start your day and it's rush, go, and you're not in shape, you haven't worked out in a while, you eat like fast food throughout the day,
You'll feel it.
You'll feel it.
Yes.
And you get at 3 p.m. or at 2 p.m. and everybody's there a little bit different when they get their crash. But let's say you get that crash in the afternoon and that's your no appointment time, for example. you need to get on the phone. That's your prospecting time. That's your follow-up. But if you're sluggish and you're like, I don't want to do it.
Imagine you have a client coming in from out of town. You're showing them 25 properties on a Saturday, and you have not eaten well. You haven't slept well. You haven't been exercising, and you've got to go that day. I'm telling you, after that fourth house, you're going to be like, oh my God. Like,
And then you won't notice the bad stuff in the house. You're just going to go through the motion, and the client will know.
Yes.
Right? And, or sometimes it might be you have 3 clients, right? So it's like maybe 6, 6, and 6. But by the third client and the 15th home, like you're tired, you're drained, you're not, but this client thinks you're brand new because you just started with them.
Yeah.
So like they just think, oh, Cedrick doesn't care.
Yes.
But it's not true. You're just tired of your day.
And you saw 4 other clients before, right? So, and I think also we're in an industry where we have the possibility of really having a long career. So my mom was in real estate. She started off, she was a teacher. She was a math teacher in high school. And at one point in her life, she was like, you know what? It's just not the same anymore, and I don't have that drive or love for teaching. And so she took her real estate course in the 80s and then became a realtor. And so I saw her pretty much my whole life working as a realtor, from having the big cell phones to you having to go to the office for fax machines and driving in snowstorms. We have the luxury of having e-signature and whatnot. And
my first year and a half, I didn't. Brigitte, no lie, my first 2 offers that I sent a fax.
What year was that?
2014.
2014, we still had fax machines.
I was right at the end. So basically, it was at a point that you were sending both. I was sending an email and a fax.
Just to make sure that the agent got it. Yeah, it's true.
It's crazy. And then you drove around.
All that to say is that we have I'm going to say it's really an advantage for us. We have this beautiful opportunity if we want. How many times have you dealt with agents who, like, sadly, my mom's passed away now, but I've dealt with some of her colleagues from the 80s, and like, I'm not going to say her name on here, but she used to work with my mom at Canada Trust in Beacon Hill.
Okay.
And I did a deal with her. I was representing the buyer. She was representing the seller. And I said to her, do you remember me? And she was like, I do, actually. You used to come in. I was 7. I used to go in with, my mom to the office, and they would have this book every week and look at, the listings in a book and highlight. Came out once a week.
Then the caravan would happen on a Tuesday.
But all that to say that this lady, so my mom would be 82 right now. So her colleague and her husband, they're both still in real estate, working part-time, but they love what they do. And I'm telling you, if you don't have your health, you can't do that.
No.
So I want to be ideally doing this for a really long time.
And we have the profession that you can just decide that you slack off at the end.
Yes.
And you still just keep your existing client. You can sell 5, 10, 15 homes a year. You still make a decent living.
Yeah. But you can only do so if you are healthy.
Correct.
And so 100%. What do you have to do in order to be there at the end of your life? You've got to take care of yourself now. Yeah. And I know we're all busy. We both have kids. We've got a million things going on. It is so important to prioritize it. And I will tell you, some days I'll be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and I'm really busy and I don't have time. And I'm like, see, that's another reminder. I have to put it in my calendar, and it's like a client appointment. It's an appointment with myself.
I have a new line for I'm going to do it tomorrow. You can't do it tomorrow because tomorrow you're just doing tomorrow's workout.
Right.
Right. So tomorrow is not going to are you going to do 2 tomorrow?
Right. You lost a day, basically.
You lost it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's just, you can't do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, somebody told me this a while ago. I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as, like, I don't drink much anymore, and not for multiple, I only drink when I socialize, and since I have kids, I don't socialize. So,
yeah.
But basically, there was I was at a wedding last year, and I was with this guy, and he said he stopped at 2 beers. I'm like, oh, just 2. I'm like,
just 2.
I'm like, I need 6 just to get on the dance floor, right? So, well, he's like, well, after 3, the hangover starts. So he's like, every beer that I drink after 2 is an hour at least that I'm forfeiting for tomorrow.
Right.
Right. So every beer that I take I have to ask myself, how many hours do I want to give for tomorrow, like from tomorrow? And I'm like, oh,
You're almost
that's a good
stealing
point.
your time
you're
away from
stealing
yourself.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, you have kids. We live in the country. Like we have a property to take care of. Like every weekend, I'm outside doing some work. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We have chickens, gardens. It's a lot to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
But we.
Is it really a lot? Because I see a lot of people with chicken coops, and I'm like, I really want a chicken coop. Is it a lot of work? Well, you guys have thousands.
No,
of
but that's a
chickens.
different farm.
Oh, you
That's-
have one on your at
Yeah,
your
we have
home.
6 chickens.
Okay.
Small chicken coop.
So is it
Yeah.
really a lot of work?
Uh,
Please say no. Someone's going to be listening to this, and I want him to hear
it's
that
not a big no. It's not.
Okay.
So I guess it depends.
Okay.
It depends. So yeah, let's get into this. So basically, I went to an
Let's
auction.
get into this.
I went to an auction, bought 6 chicken.
Okay.
Right.
Did your wife know?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay.
we planned it. Like
Okay.
we planned this.
Okay.
Right. So we bought 6 chickens, and we basically bought a small coop, put it in there, and they're 100% free range.
Okay.
So basically, at night, they go back to their coop.
Okay.
I close it off for predators
Okay.
because we're in the woods, right?
Yeah.
And then in the morning, I open it back up, and
Okay.
they just leave. I feed them. So it's not that much work, but it's just like they're messy. Right. So the
Right.
food is everywhere. So you
Yeah.
kind of have to pick it up. Yeah. Like you
Okay.
think like I give you this. No. Like they play with it. It goes
Okay.
everywhere.
Okay.
Like right now there's like we have a big deck.
Okay.
And when the sun is out and it's too warm, when it's raining, they go underneath the
Okay,
deck
and they
then
make a
poop
mess.
there.
Yes.
And then, so
Yeah.
we're having dinner at night and it smells and and then
Yeah.
you have to take care of that. So is it a lot of work? No. But
Maybe they need a designated area.
well, that's it.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to build that. Like I wanted to try to just
The free
go
range,
for it.
100% free range.
Well, it's not just the wanting the 100% free range. It's also like you need to buy something different because
Okay.
they're gonna ruin your yard if you don't move.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's just say we do like 20 by 20.
Yeah.
Right. For chickens, it's more than enough, but they're gonna ruin your yard.
Okay.
Right.
So they're constantly like picking and
Exactly, and they scratch and
Okay.
but there are some you can buy. They're more expensive. They're on wheels.
I've seen them,
Right,
and
so
you roll them.
you just so every day you just
You
take
move
it,
the
you
area in
move
the
it
backyard.
exactly. So that would
Right.
work. So maybe next year that's what we would do. I like the idea of having them just everywhere because
Yeah.
the kids can just play with them.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're friendly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you afterward.
Okay.
I have a couple of videos and pictures. Like you just have, like, because we also feed them like our food, so all
Yeah,
our leftovers,
your scraps.
all the scraps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you drop the plate and they all like follow you. Like they're all excited.
Yeah.
It's super cool. Like honestly, like the kids, like my 1-year-old just started walking and he's just like running after them. He can't catch any of
Right.
them, but he's just like going after them.
And
It's
so
fun.
how many eggs do they produce
I'd say 4 to 5 a day.
between the 6 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah. We like because like we just came back from vacation. We left for 4 days, and we had the neighbor. She's 15. She takes care
Okay.
of them. She loves it. Right,
Okay.
feeds her cat. And
Yeah.
So we came back and we had like 24 eggs. And I'm like, did they
Wow.
like produce like each one a day for 4 days? Like we're gone. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, 6 a day. I'm
Oh
like,
my
wow,
gosh,
okay.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And we talk about health and fitness. Like another thing that I'm very conscious about is having a very toxic free lifestyle. And so I'm very conscious about what I put on my body, the amount of sleep I do. I do a lot of these, I don't want to call it biohacking, but all the trendy stuff right now.
Yeah.
So I have a sauna at home. So I do red light
Infrared?
therapy.
Yeah,
no,
red light-
I have one of those barrels in my backyard.
Okay.
So I try to do it 4 to 5 times a week. Wow. And I think that going back to real estate, because now we just went off the track, but going back to real estate, it's very trendy right now, the self-care type of living. I think with COVID, people kind of, pulled back and we're really going back to basics, which I think is a great thing. We were so go, and everything was rush, and it's kind of gotten back to that where people want stuff now, except I find that we are living in a more mindful place. And what I'm finding more and more is now clients will, for example, ask me, So whereas before someone would text me anytime, now I'll have clients say, hey, I'm really sorry, it's 9 p.m., sorry to text you. Whereas before,
Yeah.
5 years ago, 6 years ago, it was expected that I would answer at
100%.
midnight or 1 a.m. or, so I think that we're in a movement that's interesting. And
Yes, and I think that the longer you've done this, like you start your career, you're so like somebody texts you, you answer, you need the commission.
Yeah.
Like it's not a want, it's a need, right? And but as it moves along, you also gain confidence and experience, and people trust you more. So the service doesn't have to be about, like, people don't hire me because I answer them within 6 seconds at 10 p.m.
No.
Right? They hire me because of my expertise and the advice I'm going to give them.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different. Like my phone automatically goes on do not disturb at 7:30.
Okay.
And will come back on at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Right? It's automatic.
Right.
So my parents know,
If it's an emergency,
call
they
Val.
need to, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So I don't think I've ever lost a deal because of that.
Right.
Right. And people know. I also tell them, like my
Yeah.
clients know, and like I guess it's easier because all the clients that I actually deal with are either my sphere or repeat clients, or rest I give them away to the team. But at the same time, like it's just like nothing in real estate needs to happen right now unless you're in the middle of a deal.
Right.
I've negotiated until 1 p.m. like 3 months ago about that. Like it's just
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
That's
And
it. That's it. But you don't need to. So the expectation shouldn't be that you do it all the time. That's the big difference. And once like all your clients are okay with it. That's the thing too. They will be. It's just the way that you set the expectation. If you always answer at 10 p.m., they're going to start expecting you to answer at 10 p.m. So then when you don't, they're like, hey, we're Cedrick, you know?
Yeah. But if you have high expectations in regards to yourself, it translates into success in real estate, because then you have high expectations for your performance. And so you offer your clients the best service, because if you put yourself in their shoes, like, why would you expect anything less, right? And personally, you expect so much of yourself. So, for example, your High Rocks competition, you're like, well, I don't want to look like the weak link with my brother, right? So, in a sense, you're a little competitive, not with him, but you want to show up for your brother. And this is what we do for our clients too. We want to show up in the best way we can.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine, for example, you're showing houses and you have to go up like a million set of stairs, and you're like, so the house has, you know, 4 bedrooms, and you're out of breath. Like, no,
And your
you've
clients
got
can
to
see that too.
Yes. So no, I think it's just as important showing up for yourself as showing up for your clients.
And the discipline replicates itself throughout your life, not
Yes.
just into one thing. So
Yeah.
if you're disciplined, if you create this discipline for working out or like health fitness,
it translates into
Yeah.
all facets of your life, whether
100%.
it be parenting, your work, it's just all part and parcel together.
Yeah, no. And
Yeah.
and it's also like we talked longevity, but I feel like, not as much now, but when I started, I gave a lot of my free time to the career. Right, my wife suffered. Everybody, because that's
You
what
didn't
you
have
do.
the balance.
I didn't have the
Right.
balance, right? But it's only that this trade off is only not good, but okay.
Short term, but it's only good short term.
But if you screwed up your health between that part, and then the time that you're supposed to take advantage of your hard work, you're not healthy and you don't want to do anything, well, then there was no reason to waste your health, right? Like,
Yeah.
so it's important to make sure that you're not sacrificing your health and fitness for that.
And usually if one thing falls short in your life, it trickles down like a domino effect, and everything starts to kind of fall apart.
Yeah.
So and I know some days I'm not motivated to train, and it's nice also to be surrounded by people who are like-minded. I have, a few colleagues on my team, and when we see each other at meetings, we'll be talking about, like, hey, have you seen the new cold plunge or whatever? Or then we'll talk about, like, hey, I just found this new place to buy really healthy, free range eggs,
yeah,
or
exactly.
like we
Yeah.
share health and wellness tricks. And sometimes, we'll just call each other and be like, oh my gosh, I haven't worked out today. Okay, you can do it. Go do your 10,000 steps. Go for your 1 hour walk. I'm going to do the same. Like, we could do this. We got this. Right?
Call me when you're done.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good to have other people that you can sort of help you chug along.
Accountability partners, right? That it makes a massive difference. And we're like back into, like you mentioned, the biohacking. That for me, the big thing when I want to remove are toxins a lot from. So food, we're spending a lot of money not to have your grass fed, to have your organic everything, and it's just the reason we really want the chickens and the garden. We have a big garden. Like I every morning I'm in the garden.
Right.
It's just for that. Well, I enjoy it. Like it's not like I hate it.
Yeah.
But some days I don't want to be in there, right? But pretty much any vegetable, you name it, we have it. Like for 3 to 4 months, that's all we eat.
So
right?
you feed your family. You don't 100%. Have to buy any vegetables.
No. I know what goes in there.
Yes.
I know, and it tastes different.
So much better.
If you haven't experienced it, even if you go to the grocery store, buy organic, come and eat my carrot instead.
Yes.
It's not the same. I'm telling you, it's the same brand. It's the same type. But
so do you have, for example, raspberry bushes, blueberry bushes, and then... So basically just it comes back every year.
Yes.
And then you also have your garden where every year you'll plant in the spring.
Correct.
Whatever you have.
Yeah, I have a little grow house.
Tomatoes. You do have a grow house.
I start everything myself.
Okay.
And this year one is...
You start in April?
End of March.
Okay.
For some stuff. So that when I plant, and so what I try to do is, so I'm going to, like, for example, cucumbers.
Right.
I'll start some in March. They'll get bigger, so that I transplant them as soon as I can.
Outside.
And they're close to start producing. But then I'll have like a batch number 2 that I'll seed directly in the ground.
So you always have vegetables coming at different times.
Correct.
And you know what? I started making my own bread. So I make sourdough bread, and I'm obsessed with making sourdough bread. It is my joy. And, it's such a long process, but... Man, when I make my sourdough bread, it brings me so much peace and happiness.
It's good.
And I love gifting it. So same with your garden. When you're doing closing gifts, you can just take a basket, put fruits, vegetables, eggs, and just bring that over to your client's house. Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Never thought about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they farm to table.
They will remember that.
Oh my gosh.
More than any gift card you're going to give them.
Yeah. Just eggs. Do you know how expensive eggs are now?
Yeah. I know.
And you have the ability to, you have access to so many eggs.
We eat more than we produce.
Right.
So, like I am 4 eggs a day, just me. So, I mean,
So you need to get more chickens. That's
system too, because so we tried this year for fun.
Okay.
To test it out.
Oh, right? So this is your first summer with chickens.
Never had,
So you've never had a winter with chickens.
No, so we're not gonna have. So I already found a place for them.
Okay.
Because the winter is a whole different game.
So my acupuncturist, they're in Limoges as well, and they have a few chickens in their backyard, and basically he was telling me how he does it. So he probably I'm going to butcher this and I'm not going to give the right information, but from what I understood, so he'll put a lot of, let's say, I don't know if it's hay or whatever, on the bottom to really insulate the ground. Mm-hmm. And he just closes it up. And I think he has a light for them for heat and whatnot. And he checks in on them every few days. But basically, they are well protected in there. They're happy. And that's how they kind of spend their winter.
Yeah, that's it. So it's... So what you would do typically is you would start with some hay, but then it's just... You poop in there all day. So every week you add a bit more hay on top of it. Right. So and then at the end of the year you clean the whole thing.
That's what he said. Yeah. So
but
once
the water will freeze. That's the red light.
Okay.
It's just you get some just to make sure the water doesn't freeze. And it has to be a certain temperature too, because what it does is that the water that is like close to freeze will get, for example, on their legs and freeze on their legs.
Right.
So then it actually might kill them.
I actually asked him that. I was like, "What about their little legs? Like, do they freeze?" He was like, "Nope." Like he
but
does
as long
it in
as
a way,
you keep the water a certain temperature.
So for him, he was like, he's the one who was like, it's so low maintenance, truly. He's like, it's not that hard to have chickens.
It's definitely doable.
Yeah. He also had one arbeuf.
Yeah, beef.
See, this is the French of us, arbeuf. It's not a cow. Is it a cow? No. Anyhow.
Yeah. I think,
Whoever's listening to this, just Google.
Male cow.
Yeah, exactly. And so he had one of those, and he had chickens, and like he started very small, and he said, it's.
But once you've tasted.
Oh, I know.
You feel different, and you like we do this, and also like Wi-Fi, right? So Wi-Fi every night, Wi-Fi is turned off.
You turn it off. Yeah, that's another thing that's really important.
Yeah.
Is EMFs and
EMFs.
really
And so phone, like I don't have it on now, but like
airplane
I have
mode.
Well, it's not just airplane mode. I have an EMF.
Oh, I have
case.
One. Like this, like a little.
No. It's a full-on case that goes around the phone.
Okay.
So when you speak on the phone, it's a bit bulky, so I took it off earlier today.
Okay.
But it's it just blocks everything, and you just have the antenna on top that goes. There's a 3 little hole to hear.
Okay.
But
I actually never talk on my phone.
Speakerphone all the time.
All the time, or I have my wired earphones.
Wired, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very cautious and cognizant of that. Kind of.
It's one of the things. One of the things
Yeah.
I'm the most scared of.
Can't be good for us to, and we're on the phone so much, right? I mean, now texting is very popular, but
still, you have it in your hands.
We're
it's in your pocket.
We're in a people-driven industry, so we always have our phones on us. Yeah. But kudos to you for turning off your phone at 7:30 and turning it back on at 9 a.m.
I don't think I've missed a deal. Or maybe I don't know I did.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
But you know.
But if they text, I respond later on. And sometimes, like, I will check my phone.
Yeah.
Right? If I see something, a client, and sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, no worries. I'll be in the office at 8 tomorrow. I'll look into it.
Right.
Like, sometimes I'll just answer like this, but it won't be like a ding, 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 or phone call missed. Or, like, if I have somebody that calls me 3 times, like, I'll call them back.
Right.
I won't see it right away because it's do not disturb, but I'll call them back. I'm like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm still human.
And you're also at a spot in your career where, and I always say this, when I meet with a client and they're meeting with various real estate agents to interview the agents and decide who they're going to work with, I go in with the approach that I'm interviewing them as well. I think it's important in our industry that this is probably the biggest investment that they have. This is the most equity that they have. Their money, like pretty much all their eggs are in this huge basket. And so they want to be sure that they're working with someone that they have a good connection with. And so you're at a point in your life where you don't have to take every single lead that comes in on your lap. So you can be more selective and choose the people that you work with.
Such a big difference.
It makes it tremendous.
And it makes a difference into the back of your mind with the stress of it too, because like at the beginning, you're stressed about losing the client all the time.
Yes.
Because if you lose that client, you will be in trouble. Mm-hmm. You need that client. Like right now, I need my sanity more than I need a client.
Yeah.
And having good sanity and having not being stressed, I also do a better job with my current clients. I will get more referrals anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'm better off giving away that client or just not taking it. Like I went to a Brian Buffini conference once, and like the whole Brian Buffini system is working by referral, right?
Okay.
So he's like, and the premise is that if you do what he says, and I emulate the system, I believe in it. But like at one point, you will generate so many referrals that you will be able to choose who you work with.
Right.
And then the way he said it, he's like, the best day in your career, your real estate career, will come up when you will be able to fire the jackass client.
Yes.
Because
you don't need to make that deal. You don't need to close it. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that clients can feel that as well. For agents who are desperate because that deal basically determines whether they're going to feed their kids or not, I think that they can feel that as well, that you're sort of not working in their best interest. You're just trying to close the deal.
Oh yeah, this is a nice house. You're trying to sell the client.
Right.
You cannot sell a client. We're not there to sell anything, right? If you're selling a house that you're showing, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. You're guiding them. You're going through the features.
Right.
Come up with comparables. Or you start negotiating, and you say yes to everything. right? Like this is not like, because you know it's crunch time. Is it going to go through or not? And if it doesn't go through, you lose the deal, and you don't know if they're going to buy or if it's going to take another 6 months before they find their house.
Yeah.
So you push it off to try to get the deal to happen, and it's a bad place to be.
Yeah. I actually had an incident a few weeks ago. I had clients from out of town. They came in. I showed them quite a few houses. And then there was one house. They were like, you know what? It's in rough shape, but we want to put an offer in. And it was tenanted. And when we walked through the kitchen, there was a board. And it said, tenant board meeting at this time. And I saw that and I was like, that's kind of interesting, right? Then I reached out to the agent. I said, when are these people leaving? And he was like, they'll probably leave by the end of August. And long story short, I said to my clients, I said, look, here is what could happen if these people don't vacate, right? And you're relocating and you have kids that are going to be starting school. Do you really want to take the chance of offering on this house and then you go to close and these tenants don't want to leave, right? And so sometimes it's important to, and another agent might have been like, yes, I've been showing you 20 houses now and you still haven't, found one that you like, and do it. But at the end of the day, it was not a good, sound purchase for them.
Well, there's a big risk.
And exactly. And as it turns out, I found out later that these tenants, they just don't want to leave. So had I pushed my clients to yes, let's do it, they would have showed up on closing.
Yeah, you can protect your buyers on that, like putting clauses that they have to vacate. It's a vacant property. You go back before, but at the same time, they're not going to be stuck with the home with the tenant they don't want. But the problem is that they're just going to be homeless.
They're homeless. That's right. With kids attending school in a new province, right? It's just a mess. So, So I think that we're both at a point in our career where we really we love what we do and we thrive on giving our clients the best service possible. And that is us being the best version of ourselves so that we can be the best version of ourselves for our clients.
You have to be the best version of yourself. And I think being competitive too, you can be competitive with your health. And the one thing I've worked hard on is my baseline, right? So life happens.
Yes.
You go to a conference, you go on vacation, there's a wedding, so you're gonna fall down, right? There's gonna sometimes that you're gonna eat like crap for a week or two or a day, or you're not gonna work out for whatever reason. But if your baseline is super high, what you do, so your baseline, you're here, stuff happens, but you always come back,
right?
Because that's where you're at, right? If your baseline is here and you always have to push to go higher and higher, it's a lot harder to do when you're always on and trying to achieve something that you're not really as a person. So work on your person, increase your baseline, and then the rest is a lot easier to do.
And in terms of a person, we've talked about this, a person who is disciplined and consistent, it reflects in all facets of their life, right?
100%.
So if you see someone who's like, it's a mess, their car's a mess, their room's a mess, they're, right? Like, unfortunately, chances are when they represent you in a deal, everything's going to be a mess. Maybe details are going to be missed, so I think it's all part and parcel. You have to have both in your life, and balance is key.
Balance is key.
Yeah.
And it's one thing I've realized too is it's hard to have balance on a daily basis.
Yes.
Right? Especially what we do. So basically, I believe in sometimes you push hard.
Yes, and then you pull back.
And then you pull back. So it's just a pendulum, right? But it's not a day thing. It might be a week. It might be a month. It might be a quarter.
Well, we honestly, we wouldn't be able to, because real estate doesn't sleep. It's 7 days a week. So imagine constantly pushing. You never have a day off.
I tried to have a daily balance.
Right.
And I was miserable. Because I was like, A, I'm not, my clients are waiting for me, I have to go, and B, I'm not home enough, right? I couldn't achieve both at the same time, and that's what I realized. So basically, figure out, there are some periods during the year that are going to be tougher family-wise, but it has to come back at another period.
Yes.
So it's
So
a
you know, for
balance.
example, spring is really busy. So unfortunately, that's when, you don't take vacations with your family or, right? Like, that, okay, for example, a lot of agents go away in December because
Yeah.
December tends to quiet down. Although I've done quite a few deals in the last few years on Christmas Day. Yes, I've had it once. Actually, I'll remember it was about, oh gosh, it was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And I missed my whole Christmas dinner because I was upstairs doing, but I mean, you do what you got to do. And
Yeah,
my
yeah.
family was very like, it's okay. And then,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean,
I pride myself on having sold homes on in I think it was 9 different countries, right?
good for you.
Like while on another
Right.
country, still
Yes.
doing a deal. But
Yeah.
now, you know what? I'm like,
Now you're
I
like,
don't want to do that anymore.
no, right.
I want the deal to take care of itself while I'm away.
Plus, you probably surround yourself with other great agents that can, help
100%.
you, and you guys kind of piggyback.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we help each other a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, before we end,
Yes.
what's one funny story
I'm nervous about
that
your
you
question.
had in real estate? Like
One
a funny story.
story. Okay, hold on. A funny story.
I'm sure you had at least one
I'm trying to
throughout the
think.
years.
A funny story.
Okay, I'll tell you one.
Yeah,
I'll give
you
time
tell
to
me
think.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was showing this house probably, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and it was a weird house. Like it was an old an old farmhouse. You know, the ones that have like 2 separate stairs to go up, like
Yeah.
in the bedroom
Yeah.
and they had like a little addition just for a bathroom.
Okay.
And you realize you get into there, and then clients he looks around and he's like, sit on the toilet. And what do you mean sit on the toilet? He's like, just for fun, sit on the toilet. And I said, like, okay, it makes no sense, right? So I'm
Right.
like, okay, I sit on the toilet. And then he realized while looking around that you have one view of like the backyard of the people. Like, there's like this window, the way it's positioned.
Okay.
It's like they put the toilet and you can see right into the table where they eat. So you're on the toilet and you observe your neighbors.
Oh
like
my
it's like eye
God.
contact, eye level. It was super odd. And the neighbor waved. It's like he knows. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh man, this is weird. And he just turns around and he's like nothing happened.
There was no curtain or blind or anything in the
Nothing.
window. That's so
Nothing.
odd.
Yeah.
It's almost a joke that they play on their, guests when people
I don't
need
know.
to go to the bathroom. They're like, just use this bathroom.
I don't know. Like,
And
it
then
was
they call the
so
neighbor. They're
odd.
like,
Yeah.
hey, watch this.
Yeah, maybe.
Look out your window, right? I'm trying to think of a funny story. I can't think of anything right now. I have a lot of like.
You're on the spot.
Weird.
But
I know I am on the spot.
Weird will do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to you have these. I mean, it happens that you meet odd people, or you walk into a house and there's like odd stuff.
Yeah. I like how you're trying to avoid it.
Well, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you'll walk in,
Oh.
you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
Like I can't believe they have this in their house and they didn't take it down before putting it up for sale, right?
Well,
But-
yeah. I was with the client. That's not too long ago, actually. We got in there and there's like a dancer's pole right in the living room,
Yeah.
and like it takes 5 minutes to take it out.
Oh, yeah.
It was still there. Like you can sit through the
It's
pictures.
for stretching, You
Yeah, exactly,
Stretch your
right?
back,
Like it-
stretch your,
Yeah, the stripper pole right in the middle of the living room, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just it's a sport for a lot of people, so like
Right.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But it's just like people looking at it, and everybody's going to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. We do see a lot of odd stuff. I would say that's mostly my experience, but funny stuff? No, I don't think so. I don't think
No?
I've ever
Okay.
had any yeah. Maybe we'll end this and I'll be like, oh my God, Cedric,
Most
I just
likely,
thought of
but,
something. Yeah.
Maybe on the next one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
All right. Well, Brigitte, it was a lot of fun.
It was,
Thanks for
yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
And let's do this again.
for sure. So good luck on your high rocks.
Thank you. I'm actually going to need it.
Okay.
All right. Talk soon.
Bye.